I've been dancing since I was young. So when I
How
was
young?
like 4 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah.
4 years old.
Yeah.
What type of dance?
So I did like ballet, modern, jazz. I think for my parents, it was kind of like an outlet because I was very quiet when I was younger.
Okay.
I didn't talk. I was kind of a mute child. They even took me to like take some tests because they thought there was something like wrong with me. But I think it was just, I was very just into myself.
Yeah.
Are
you introverted?
Very introverted. I feel like I still am.
Okay.
I am quite introvert. I know people throw that around about, you can't be introvert when you dance here, you dance there. But I think when it comes to very personal stuff, I'm very like to myself, and it's easy to put a facade on or something like that. But so I've been dancing since I was 4, and so I started with like jazz, ballet, modern, tap. Tap is one of my loves.
Wow.
Like I love tap.
Dancing.
Yeah, I love tap. So I started when I was really young, and then it's always been within me. So like, as I got into school, I'd go into primary school, I'd go after school. Once I get into secondary school, I would go after school, and then I got into the Brit school. So I went to the Brit schools after that because I kind of pushed my mom and said like, this is something that I really, really care about. Like one of those things where like, instead of me to go see my friends on a Friday afternoon or Friday evening after school, I'd be like, I want to go to dance. You know what I mean? I want to do this, I want to do this. And she's like, oh, okay. And she saw me progress, it was kind of like, okay, it's the next step. So then I studied dance. So studying dance and like doing it for fun is 2 different things.
Studying dance? What level of education did you study?
So with Brit school, you go in year 9. So then you do your GCSEs, everything like that, but then you also have dance as like an A level and a GCSE, the BTEC.
Where is the Brit school?
It's in Selhurst actually.
Oh,
so it's literally not far from Croydon.
I knew a lot of people that went there, but I was like, it sounded like the school for the gifted and talented.
Yeah, so you have to audition to get in and stuff like that. But a lot of things, like, I don't just, like, if you don't get in, if you do get in, I don't think it just shows who's the most talented. I think it's just what they see in you at that time. Do you get what I mean? Because I know like Ed Sheeran applied, but he didn't get in. But look at him now. Do you get what I mean? There's lots of famous artists that they don't necessarily have to take that path, but they still are talented. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So that just shows you whatever way you go, it doesn't determine who you are in terms of things that people say no to.
No, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? So so just moving forward. So I've done it like in school. And then that probably takes more dedication, and then you'll feel like, I think sometimes because I've been doing it for so long, you can kind of have that love-hate for it sometimes, because you're like, you have to be 100% committed to it type of thing. But it's never been like that. I've always loved it. And then as soon as I came out of uni, I feel like it was the time where like Afrobeats was popular, but not as popular as now.
Yeah.
Like if everyone know what Afrobeats is now. I'm not saying, but like 5-6 years ago, I don't think it had this much push as it does now. You know, you're hearing a commercial radio, everyone's like, oh yeah, Wizkid is doing like Tottenham Spurs Stadium.
A lot's happening for music in the UK anyway. So
especially in the UK as well. So then, so as a dancer, I always loved it. Like I've always loved like Afrobeats, and at that time there was a lot of Afrobeat artists were coming to like London, and filming music videos, and like, you know, doing shows, but it wasn't like the big shows that you did now, but like shows like, as you know, UK was kind of like the hub for like, you know,
for Afrobeats,
for Afrobeats, like even that culture. I feel like people need to talk more about that UK Afrobeat bridge. Because there's a lot that goes into it. Because a lot of artists did come here to like, you know, make their sound blow more.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think they're still doing that now. Actually.
Yeah. I feel like
once you get loved in the UK, then that's kind of like a proof of concept that it would work in America as well.
Right. Exactly. So so then it's so crazy because now I haven't really reflected much on like what I've done in terms of stuff like that, but yes, I did a few music videos, and I feel like me doing music videos and me doing dance for artists and stuff like that, I feel like I've always had that eye for certain things.
Yeah.
So like with me, I'd be like, okay, what am I wearing? Like how is the choreography going to be showcased? Like it's not just put us on the stage. It's like, okay, how is the artist going to be in with us? Like, what is the projector behind going to be like? Like always had to find the details on certain things and then one of my friends was like, oh my God, you should kind of creative direct. I was like, at the time I didn't know what creative directing was. I thought it was like what it's like. She's like, it's like putting the whole vision together. Do you know what I mean? And I love that. Like the whole process from start to finish is something that I really enjoy when it comes to creating a project or being with an artist or doing a show. So I think, and I've always kind of done that. When sometimes you go like the extra mile, like in a show, and they're like, oh, what do you think he should wear, or what do you think should be behind, or what is the theme of the show? I always put like a little thing. I'd say a little thing to them, and they kind of add it in, and I didn't even know that I'm kind of creative directing how the show is going to be.
Yeah.
So I kind of fell into it when it comes to creative directing. But yeah, that's a little brief summary.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. So like, how do you balance the creative side of things with business and stuff?
Oh, okay. In what way would you say?
So like the dancing,
Yes.
which is pretty much creative.
Yes.
How do you balance it with doing business now that you've taken more of a
Responsibility. Okay. Oh, yeah. I feel like, when you have a laptop, you have like 7 browsers on. Like sometimes that's my head.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes you are doing 10 million things at once, and I feel like sometimes you gotta be okay with it because that's the life you lead. Sometimes as a creative, you have to like, and also this is another thing as well. I think when you're being a creative, you can get inspiration from anywhere. Like I can walk down the road and I can see someone wear something like, oh, like I see that on someone, or you know what I mean. So. A lot of times my mind is open to a lot of things, so it's okay that I have so many ideas. But what I tend to do, as soon as I get a spark or something that makes you want to like think of an idea, I have to write it down that moment.
Yeah.
I have to, like, because me, I don't know if it's just me, but if I don't write it down there, I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, no.
So I have to be very much like on the ball with a lot of things, in terms of like those tabs. Even though the tabs are open, there's a lot of things going on around. I know they're open. Like I've written them down. I have my journal. I have my creative books. Everything is written down. So as much as there's a lot going on, it's a lot of planning and there's a lot of effort and stuff putting into it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think managing that business side, because without that business side, you cannot do it. Like it takes a lot of work. So
Yeah.
that's
Where
what I
did
would
you
say.
learn how to do like business?
I think a lot of it, I'm like an avid like writer. Like I like writing. In school, I've always liked writing. I'm very much meticulous on like schedules. Like I know what I'm doing at 6 p.m. I know what I'm doing at 8 p.m. I mean, of course, like, some things I'm quite good at juggling stuff around, but you have to be very much on the ball with a lot of things. But yeah, and also I think as a creative, you learn a lot of things on the job. Like so much things on the job. Not everyone's gonna tell you what you have to do. So you kind of have to just be like, oh, you got to think on your feet. So I think especially if you want to be a creative, you have to actually do it and then learn from the mistakes you have done and then correct them. I mean, of course, you're not gonna want to make mistakes, but you're gonna make mistakes. But those mistakes help formulate what you're gonna do next.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, in a short space of time, I've restarted this podcast. Like, I've made so many mistakes, so I've adjusted with each episode. So hopefully by episode 100, this is pretty much perfection.
Hopefully it will. It will. Like you're doing so well. Don't like.
The thing is, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm never satisfied. That's the thing. But yeah, you can only hope.
No, but I love that, just to say what you said, but you having the hunger to always progress, that's a skill set that you really need to have. Do you get what I mean? Like you're here saying, oh, I want to perfect this, I want to perfect that. That's good. That means you're hungry for more and hungry to do better. It's not like, okay, I've done it, it's enough. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a big thing to have.
Definitely. Tell me about Books by Boopsy. How did that start?
Okay, so Book by Boopsy, so it's a creative agency.
Yeah.
I got a creative house actually. But
Did you start that before the creative direction, or was that at the same time?
oh no, that was before the creative.
Before?
Yeah, that's
Oh, wow.
before my creative direction.
Okay.
So yeah, so Book by Boopsy is my creative house. I started that because I don't know. With me, I find joy when people are happy.
Nice.
And I like helping people, and helping people in stuff they want to do, right? So that's one thing a big thing when it comes to Book by Boopsy is about helping people get to they want to be. And if I can help aid that, I'm so happy. It makes me over the moon. So how I started is that I would get loads of like bookings and they'd be asking for other people, or like people would be asking me for advice. And of course I'm there telling them, or I'll be getting bookings. They're like, oh yeah, can you get some more people? Can get behind the scene people, can get these people. I'm like, oh yeah, of course, come here. And then my friend said to me, like, you can actually create like your own like agency or house. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, you should really do that because that's really in your nature. Like, you're very a person that likes to give. And she was also saying that not many people have it here with your nature.
Right.
Like, a lot of people can create something because it's more for them. Like, it's like makes them feel good, or they wanna be seen as like a big person. Do you get what I mean? I was even hesitant to even put my name in it just because I didn't want it to be seen as like egotistical. But
well, you're not alone.
yeah.
I'm getting triggered here.
But yeah, the reason I call it, I love Book by Boopsy now, but before, at first I was like, oh, should I call it Book by Boopsy? Because I don't want people to know my name, not because I don't love it, it's just because I didn't want people to think it's just me. But then my friend said that it's good to put your name in it because it means that you are going to work towards your name. Like, your name has a standard.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So when it's Book by Boopsy, I have a standard, I make sure I want my talent to be handled correctly. I want them to be happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when my name is on something, I'm going to treat it right.
Jeez.
So that's why I feel like with this creative house, and it's still going, and I'm progressing each day and learning from the mistakes I've made. And but yeah, it's something that I have. It's like a little family to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's amazing. In terms of like branding and marketing, what are some of the influences you've had being a dancer? Like, how's that influence? How do you tackle that? Okay. So, this. I think that's a good question because social media has changed. Social media changes every day. We now have TikTok. We now have Snapchat. Well, I don't know many people market on Snapchat, but Snapchat. You got YouTube. You got YouTube Shorts. There's Twitch. There's Pinterest. There's so many social media platforms you can use. Even LinkedIn. Like, so many. That's a good one, yeah.
But it's just understanding and even Twitter. How can I forget Twitter? But there's so many platforms you can use to brand yourself and to push out your talent.
Yeah.
And it's also understanding each platform's algorithm and what works for them. So as me as a dancer, I know that TikTok and Instagram kind of have a similar... actually, no. TikTok has a more relaxed type of feel when it comes to putting out your work.
Right.
For me, and personally, like, I can just wake up, do a dance in my bedroom or do a little talk, and it's kind of like you're not really caring much about your feed. You're just posting what you want to post. You don't really have to have a niche. You can post. You can post a kitchen video or cooking video, and you can post like a ballet video in the same page, and no one's like telling you, oh, that's weird. But on your Instagram, it's kind of like you niche down.
Be more
specific. So I think knowing as a dancer and me being on these different platforms has really helped me with my creative house, because I kind of know how to present my talent and where to present my talent. Like, for instance, LinkedIn is more, I'm looking for directors or creative directors, and you can kind of connect with them more personally because they have the profile. You can message, which is cool. With TikTok, it's really just showing what you do. It's showcasing. So it's not really messaging people or getting in touch. It's mainly just like, oh, maybe they're on set and I'm recording them, and then people are maybe do a Q&A of my talent and showcasing that. And then on Instagram, it's kind of like, I think it's kind of having the merge of both, but making sure it fits within my grid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think because I've been dancing, especially because I've been posting like on Instagram and YouTube as a dancer, it's norm to me to be able to promote on my creative agency page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see a lot of like dancers make like loads of dance videos.
Yeah.
Is that more for fun, or is that more for like practice, or is that a marketing strategy?
Ooh. In what way would you say? Like in terms
like
of posting?
because they do it quite regularly. So
On
I was
Instagram,
thinking,
would you say?
on just social media in general.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with TikTok, well, if you're looking at with TikTok, you're supposed to post like 6 times a day.
Jeez.
That's what they say. Like 6 times a day. Like if you see dancers on TikTok, they are most likely posting a lot because it's constantly going. It's constantly going. It's like a real like. So, and they even might do the same. They might do the same dance but in a different location. Do you get what I mean? Because you don't know who's gonna watch your video. Or that might be the first time they see your video. Because a lot of time TikTok is a For You page. It's not you're not looking at your friends. I mean, you can, of course, there's a slide button, but most of the time people are just looking at brand new videos each time. What's coming on the For You page? Whereas Instagram is more like your friends. If you don't follow your friends, you're not really seeing them unless you occasionally go on the real side. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like you have to constantly be putting out content in certain in all social media platforms, social media, because it's constantly going. Like you can post one video today, tomorrow it has 1 million views.
Ooh.
Like one video can really change.
What's the most you've gotten on a video?
On TikTok, I think I got like 3 million.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it was really simple video, as I said. But yeah, like I said, with me TikTok, my followers went up really, really quickly. Instagram is still it's like a up and down with Instagram, because like I said, that algorithm has changed so much. Like before, like I said, 4 years ago, if I was to post a dance video, I feel like I'd have more reach than I do now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think it's just the way Instagram has favorited certain things.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
No, definitely.
And a lot of trends that start on TikTok go on Instagram, and then they become a trend.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, you have to keep curate, and that's another thing as well. I think as dancers, sometimes it can get frustrating when you feel like you have to just jerk out so much content without having the, you know.
Do dancers feel like they have to like keep up with like viral trends and stuff? Ooh. Or dance moves? Like, is that a priority to learn? Because there's always like a new.
I feel like it depends on what your goals are. It really does depend on your goals. I mean, so if your goal is to say, I want to get 1 million followers, that's your goal. Or is your goal to be an agent and get signed and dance with other artists? Like, do you know what I mean? It really depends as like what you want, because there's so many ways you can do it. You don't have to be a socialite, or like you don't have to be an influencer to be able to get certain bookings. You know what I mean? But you have to identify what goals you want. I think it's with any career, to be honest, but especially as a dancer, you have to identify that first and say, okay, what is my game plan with doing this?
Yeah. And how do you stay creative as a dancer? Like, do you have your own signature dance move?
Oh no, I'm gonna come up with a dance challenge soon. My friend's been saying that like the longest. But how do I keep creative?
Yeah. How do you just like? Because surely there's only so much moves you can do with your body. Like, I don't know.
No.
It is an art form at the end of the day. So.
It's an art form, and with any art form, you have to always go back to the basics and like how you create choreography. Like with me, if I hear a good song, I want to dance. So it's me getting in that space and just wanting to dance just for fun. Because sometimes you get like, maybe with me, if I'm doing promo on my page, or if I'm doing, like I said, if I feel like I've got to do this challenge, it can get a bit like, oh, really?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But I think that's with anything. When you have an obligation to do certain things, you can kind of feel drained. But like I said, going back to the basics of why you wanted to dance and just having that like fun time, and maybe creating with your friends, that really helps. Or, you know, just being in a quiet space and then creating. Or, you know, yeah, so many different ways you can keep the spark going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I can do a pretty good robot.
Okay, robot, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to see that.
How would I make money as a dancer?
First of all, I think those moves are a bit outdated. So I think I'm gonna make it. I
think if you're good at something,
yeah,
you'll be in demand. Someone will want that talent.
Yeah, someone want that.
Someone.
No, someone want it. I mean, just like I said, you don't know who your next client is or what people want, but it's what you need to do is market yourself.
Right, okay.
So someone, like I said, someone might want that robot in the next music video, or you know, or the moonwalk. So, and if it's something that you're really passionate about and something that you truly want to do, you'll find a way.
Yeah. So how do I make money from dancing?
How do you make money from dancing? How do you want to make money? Do you want to make money dancing for other people? Do you want to make money as just a dancer? Like, what is it?
How do you make money?
How do I make money?
Yeah.
Well, I do a lot of things. So I do promo, I do modeling, I dance. Like I said, I do dance for artists.
Yeah. What about dancing specifically? Like, how do you make money from that?
From doing one dance?
From dancing, yeah.
From dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the ways to monetize that?
What are the ways to monetize? So basically you can, I can teach a dance routine and post it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can post it on TikTok.
Right.
I can do a dance class. Yeah. I can do dance private.
How do those go? How do dance classes go? Because do you learn, do you do a routine and everyone learns it?
Yeah.
Or are you actually teaching them how to move?
So yeah, it all depends on you. Like dance classes can vary. Like dance classes, you can do grooves. So like for instance, you might literally want to say, my dance class is to teach you how to do the robot. And you can literally that could be your dance class. And if you got more people in demand, they'll buy a ticket for your dance class. Okay. And you teach them just to do the robot.
Right. Branding connoisseur, robot dance classes coming soon. You heard it here first.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right then. What are the other ways? Are those the only ways? Dance classes and
dance privates.
Private, okay.
And then, like I said, you can go on YouTube and do a virtual teaching one, and you can sell it as a course. You can sell dance classes as a course as well.
I like that one. Do you do that?
No, I don't do courses actually, online courses at the moment.
That would make a lot of money.
That's what you're thinking about is the money, right?
But yeah.